Hi, this is Eunice, and welcome to my channel. Welcome to Short Urban Medicine, and welcome to the Short Urban Knowledge. Today we have a good topic to talk about, and so forth, and we're going to be talking about the liver. We have had a lot of discussions with a few. I'll say more than about 5 people this week or since the last time that I did the video, and so forth, and uh, liver issues is really not a common issue, but there are a lot of people with liver issues and so forth. More and more complaints about liver issues and so forth. There is several medicine herbs for to aid the liver. Once the liver is damaged, it cannot be repaired. You will have to have a new liver and things like that. So, the best thing to do, in my opinion, is whenever you start to get sick or start to feel something wrong, and you know your body better than anyone else, including the doctors. So you need to write whatever it is, and you need to write it down from the smallest thing or twing, and date it and so far, and all that. Keep a log of this and so forth, and start doing some research. Okay, let's just say, and this is an example to try to get you to where I'm trying to tell you to get to. Okay, let's just say I have like a pain in this area, and it started yesterday, and I've had it for a couple of days. Okay, then eventually it subsides and so forth and everything, and I'm writing that down. I'm writing where the pain is. My first thing is to figure out, try to find a reason that I would have pain in this area. That is the first thing, and so far, and write it down. Then let's just say, for example, the same pain comes back into this area here for a few days. Okay, whatever the symptoms are or whatever the feelings are, make sure you write them down. That way, you can have these symptoms if you choose to go to your doctor and so far, and to give him information, and also to give him what you research and so far that the symptoms may be. Also, a lot of people choose to try to aid themselves before they get to that point where they have to go to the doctor and so far. And this is a good way to help yourself either way, whether you're going to try to help yourself before you get to the doctor, or whether you're going to go straight to the doctor. You want to have all this information and so far for your doctor visit and so far. Okay. Um, Again, once the liver is damaged, it is not going to be reversed and so forth, and you have to get a new liver. And of course, I don't have to tell you what happens if you don't get a new liver. My brother-in-law has passed, and he's been gone for about maybe 3, 4 years now. He has cirrhosis of the liver. His liver damage came from drinking and so far, and even when he knew that his liver was damaged, he just continued to drink. So, that is a true story right there. Okay. As I was saying, and I'm looking at my notes because this is really, really important. I want to get all this out because, like I said, we did talk to quite a few people that's trying to, help their liver. Also, too, I started seeing some commercials with some drink and so far. Dose, I believe, to drink every day to help the liver out and so forth and things like that. And it is really, really important that you take care of your health, and especially take care of your liver because you only have one. Okay, so let me put my glasses on this. Hold a second. I gotta put the glasses on so I can see what I've written. Okay. All righty. So, and in saying that and saying how important this is and so far, now the liver is important, but everything, all the organs, all the body parts, and all this and that is also important to your overall health. Some things are common that you can fix and so far, and then some things you cannot fix. The liver is one of those things that you cannot fix, okay? Which is the reason why we're going to spend some time actually discussing it and so far. Now, when you come to an herbalist and so far, and you start talking about the liver and things like that, and um, the first herb, that's the one that most herbalists also go to, is milk thistle. And I did talk about milk thistle a couple weeks ago, and so far I discussed milk thistle and so far, and I think I did talk about the liver then. So I'm actually bringing it back around to talk about the liver now as well. Okay, so milk thistle is going to be the first herb that the herbalist or whoever's going to talk to you about with the liver. Um, okay. Okay, let's get down to the other herbs here that I have written down for this here. You got the milk thistle, you got ginseng, you got green tea, you got licorice, you got turmeric, you got garlic, ginger, dashing. Now, this one is unfamiliar to me, so I will be doing the research on that one because I'm not familiar with that. As I tell you all the time, I'm always learning about different herbs and so forth. I'm always learning through research and so forth. Okay. And the other ones is Ginkgo biloba and astragalus and so forth. And I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Astragalus. Okay, so those are the herbs that are listed when you go to do research for the liver. These herbs can be used in so many different formulations and things like that. Say for instance, turmerics. You can drink a turmeric. I actually had a client that purchased turmerics from me, and I was the turmeric juice and so forth, and she purchased for me for I don't know how long, and then her orders stopped and so forth. Maybe she moved, maybe she passed on. I have no clue, but I do know that she purchased the turmeric juice from me, and it comes out in a 6 ounce bottle and everything. And she enjoyed it. She loved it. It helped her and so forth, and all that. You know, it helped her. So that's one way. That's one way that you can do the turmeric. And of course, you can also do turmeric in capsules as well. You also eat turmeric and you put turmeric in your foods and so forth. It's a spice. It's consumable, so you can. And as I always say to you as well, when you are eating or using herbs or herbal medicine to get well, you're not going to mix it with food. This is going to be something totally different. You're going to either take your herbal medicine 2 hours before you eat, or going to be 2 hours after you eat. Okay, even though you may have already put some turmeric or spice in your food, you're still going to do that because you want to make sure that this herbal medicine gets down, do its job, and not interferes with other foods and things at the time. Okay. Milk thistle, same thing. You can use capsules and so forth, and all that. Um, Ginger, you can drink ginger tea once, twice a day, and so forth. Licorice, Of course, it's consumable. You can use capsule with that, make a licorice tea or something like that. Garlic, of course, you can put garlic in anything. You can just eat garlic by itself. You can take garlic tablets and so forth and things like that. I would recommend, instead of taking garlic tablets, just do the garlic in the herbal capsule and so forth, so you can get the real actual garlic and so forth. Ginger, you can do a ginger tea or ginger juice. You can add ginger into some of the other things that you do, herbal that you do, and all that. Also, ginkgo biloba, you can use capsules. You can also make a tea or something with this and so forth. So that's several formulations and so forth. And what I'm excited about as a herbalist and so far, giving you all those lists of herbs and so far, I recommend you do the research on any of them and all of them if you are thinking about using any of those and so far. And you seek a herbalist or healthcare provider before you even begin on your journey. Now, as a herbalist, I'm excited because when you take a look at the herbs that I just listed and gave to you and so forth, a herbalist and so forth during a consultation will get all the information that they have from you, all the medications that you have and so forth, and they would run it through the computer to see if there are any interaction, and they would choose to um, blend a herbal treatment for you and so forth. That is one of the things that I'm excited about when I'm doing herbal consultation. And one of the things I enjoy is being a herbalist because you get to use your skills, your research knowledge in putting things together and so far for the benefit of the customer and so far and everything. And this is one of the things that, is not going to be sitting on the store website cap, for you to just purchase. It's just something specifically pertaining to you. Now, with a client comes in for me to discuss the liver, and as I said, you get all this information together, you do your research and so forth, as to what they're taking and this and that and so forth, and then you blend them a treatment and so forth that's going to benefit them and all that and so forth. And you look at all the herbal herbs that are good or and great for um, the liver, and basically you take those herbs and so forth, and you blend the one that's going to benefit your clients and so forth. And again, that's one of the things that I am, very excited about when I am talking about being a herbalist and so forth, is to be able to do this, to use the skills and stuff that I learned, and to be able to do, to do that and so forth. Okay. And not changing the subject, but I do want to mention this and so forth because I do know that there's a lot of other herbal medicine and so forth that they use for the brain as well. Um, Now, I haven't heard from him in a while. He's an elderly man and he may have passed on and so far. But I did have a customer that would purchase the Mighty Brain. And that is a creation that I came up with to help, and to help him, based on the information that I got from him. He had not really gotten Alzheimer's at the time and things like that. I did speak with him and his wife and so forth. And after speaking to him and his wife, I was able to come up with Mighty Brain. Now, this I did put on the website and so far, and I did market that Mighty Brain and so far. And there's other herbal supplements that they have in the stores and so forth, like Prevagen and other things that you use for the brain and things like that. I was so excited when he contacted me after using the first bottle And so far, he had not even used the complete bottle, from what I understand. But after using it, taking a couple capsules for a few weeks, and so far, there was a major difference in him, and so far. And they sent me a long paragraph thanking me for the Mighty Brain. And they both have stated, him and his wife, that his mental state had truly, truly, truly improved. He's more focused. On things, and so far, doesn't forget, in mid sentence what he's gonna say, and blah blah blah. But anyway, I was so delighted into getting those and that review, and so far, from him, and so far. And again, he did order a couple more bottles, and so forth, before I did not hear from him again. And I also got another good review from him later, and so forth, about how great and how helpful the Mighty Brain was, and so far, for him, and so forth. And again, these things do happen. People pass on, or they just move on, and so forth. Or maybe they got found something less expensive, or they found someone closer to them that can give them, some of the things that you have offered, or that you have done, and things like that. These things happen. So, but I just wanted to throw that in, because this is what we're talking about right here, is our treatment to help with the liver, and things like that. And these are natural supplements, and so forth, that's not going to interfere with any traditional medicine that you have. Say, for instance, okay, some of these other herbs that I mentioned, and so far, may interfere with the medicine you have. Okay, on this list, you're going to have one or two that's not going to interfere with your traditional medicine. Say, for instance, turmeric. Okay, drink a bottle of turmeric juice a day is going to do you a world of health benefits, and so far. Because not only is it going to be great in saving and aiding your liver, it's going to give you so many other health benefits, and so far. And that's what it's all about. You can, because the juice is going to come in a bottle. You put it in the fridge, and so far, you ain't got time to sit around and drink it during the day. Grab your bottle and take it with you and drink it, wherever you're going, and so far. And that is going to be such a great benefit for you, and all that is going to be a benefit for you. And the same thing about, these herbal medicines too. Green tea. My husband drinks green tea, but he doesn't drink green tea for his liver or anything like that. I forget why he is drinking green tea, but he likes the green tea. It gives him energy or something, and so far. But he drinks the green tea that comes in a jug. It's a jug, and so far. You know it. Get it at Walmart. One of the stores, and so far, and things like that, and so far. Now, and as far as, and when I'm talking about green tea, I'm not talking about the Walmart green tea, and so far. I'm talking about a green tea where you have pure 100% green tea that's going to really do you some good. And just like you would do the turmeric juice, and so forth, you're going to do the green tea that way as well. If you don't have time to drink the green tea, take it with you, take it on the go, or when you come in, you can like either drink a cold glass or a warm glass. Tea you can warm up, or you can drink cold, and all that. And so yeah, I am very, very happy to talk about this, and so far. because not only my brother-in-law that passed about 3 years ago, I did have an uncle that passed when I was younger. My uncle John, he passed for the same thing, cirrhosis of the liver and so far, and all that. And of course, you do not want to, if you're drinking and so far, you don't want to overdo it because alcohol will also dry out and cause cirrhosis of the liver and things like that. And there's other things too that causes liver damages and so forth, but alcohol is definitely one of those things that do cause cirrhosis of the liver and cause liver damage. And that type of damage is not going to be reversed and so far. And however the liver do get damaged and so far, it is not reversible and so far. Some people say this, but it's not. Now, if your liver becomes damaged and so far by taking these herbal medicines or seeking a doctor to get some kind of medicine to slow it down, you may be able to live a good long life and so forth because your liver is not to that point where it is damaged or totally damaged, where there is no coming back from it and so forth and things like that. So this is the important part of when you're getting sick and so forth, is to know what is going on with you so that you can get the help that you need. This is a longer video than I usually do on these subjects, but before I go, I do want to say this and so far. A lot of people have passed on for misdiagnosis. A lot of people has passed on because they done nothing. A lot of people has passed on because they didn't look into what is going on with them, and again they did nothing, and then also too because of misdiagnosis and so forth. But the fact of it is, you need to you know when you're getting sick and so far. I'm not saying if you get sick with a cold, keep a record or anything like that, but I'm talking about something that's more severe, and so forth, and figure it out, like if something is reoccurring, and you don't know what it is, and so forth. Write it down so that you can like put it in and do a research on it to see what it could be. I mean, it may not be that, but this is a step in finding out what it could be, and then doing your research on it and so forth, and things like that. So you want to do everything you can to live a wellness life. We got a slew of supplements, slew of supplements in the stores. You got a lot of herbalists with herbal medicines and so forth, and things like that. And then, of course, number one, you got your doctors and all that and so forth. And one of the things that I do know is that, people don't know enough about their symptoms or don't know enough about what is going on with them to actually discuss with the doctors. So when they go in, they tell the doctor, "Oh, I've been hurting here for days and days and this and that stuff, and I don't know what's wrong," and things like that and so forth. So basically, you're going to take whatever the doctor's saying, and that's going to be it. And whatever he prescribes to you, then that's going to be it and so forth, and all that. But it shouldn't be. When you go to the doctor, you should have some idea. Okay, this has been hurting for a while. It could be just a muscle pull, doc, but I just need something for the pain, and this and that, and so far, and so far. So by saying just that much and so far, lets him know that you kind of know what you doing, and you own your health and so forth, that you caring about your health and this and that and so forth. And it could be because I'm always giving antidotes, and I'm gonna give you a number before I go. Okay. I went out in the yard 2 weeks ago, and I don't know. I just said, okay, this tree is looking really, really rough. Maybe I can start cutting a little bit off the tree and getting it cleaned up a little bit at the time. It is hot here, so I'm not gonna stay out and so far and all that. And my arms had started hurting, and I kind of like forgot why. And I was wondering, like, why is my arm hurting? And when I held something, I don't have a tremor in my hand or anything like that. But that afternoon and so far, I kind of had like a tremble in my arm and so far. And I realized that the reason why I had that little tremble in my hand is because my arm was hurting and from holding the tree trimmer and so forth for that long. You know those big tree trimmer that you hold up, and of course they say if you don't use your muscle, you lose them. So I'm one of those people that don't do a whole lot of yard work, but sometimes I do, and when I do, I'm gonna be sore because I haven't done it. Okay, that is one example. So I'm just saying, just pay attention, kind of like search your mind to what is going on with you and so forth and things like that, so that you can have a better conversation with your doctor. And also you can do your research for urban medicine. Once you see or do your research on what your symptoms are, then you can do your research on what you can find to help aid that symptom and so forth, is what I'm saying. So thank you for joining me today. I've really been talking today, but the liver is so important and it's such a great subject to talk about. And it's just so much information on the liver out there. And because we do know that we only have one liver, and if we don't take care of it, then, we're going to have a liver transplant and things like that. And that is not so easy to do. So if we do have liver issues and so forth, and if we could start aiding or treating it, we can slow down, it from becoming completely damaged and all that stuff, and we can still live a good life and so forth. And until next Thursday, I'll see you then.